เทสสวัสดีครับพี่ๆทุกท่านหลังจากมื้อเที่ยงแล้ว หวังว่าคงจะไม่ได้ง่วงกันนะฮะ เป็นไงบ้างครับอาหารวันนี้พอใช้ได้ไหมครับพออร่อยนะอยู่นะครับโอเคครับเดี๋ยวในเซสชันถัดไปนะครับก็จะเป็นเซสชันของทาง STAHL นะครับที่จะเข้ามา Presentation นะครับต้องเกริ่นว่าขออภัยกับพี่ๆทุกท่านด้วยนะครับเนื่องจากว่าครั้งแรกเนี่ยทางวิทยากรของเราเนี่ยจะต้องมา Present ที่นี่นะครับแต่บังเอิญมี Accident นิดนึงนะครับทางSTAHL เองก็เลยขออนุญาตที่จะจอยทางออนไลน์แทนนะครับดังนั้นนะครับในเซสชันถัดไปนะครับมิสเตอร์ฮาวส์ซึ่งเป็นเซลล์ดีเรคเตอร์ของทาง STAHL นะครับจะเป็นการนำเสนอผ่านทางMicrosoft โทษทีทาง Google Meet นะครับก็เข้าใจว่าตอนนี้ทางท่านวิทยากรน่าจะพร้อมแล้วที่จะเริ่มนะครับ Hello Hi Mr. Howe Okay, so good afternoon. So you can begin from now. Our pattern is ready to beginning.
Alan, very my pleasure to join this tech talk remotely. As hello. All right. So as said, today we're very pleased to join this session. I'd like to give a general presentation on STAHL as a company, but also the related explosion products. I think as you're aware, as you know, STAHL is actually perceived as one of pioneer in the roof products world, particularly for this area. All right, so I'd like to give you a brief pitch on the company and the products. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop me or to raise any, or you can also raise your questions after the session. All right, so as previously mentioned, our STAHL is actually explosion role, and is actually company was founded in 1876. So next year, celebrating our anniversary of birthday. And the headquarters is located in Baden-Württemberg, which is roughly away from Stuttgart, southwestern. And the company is actually dealing with hazardous area, all the products such as electrical products, system solutions, in terms of automation products. We also do have lighting fixtures in our explain later. And as solution provider, our company is also very proud to giving and providing different seminar trainings of services. And so this is actually a corporate competence. As for the pedigree and development company, a very brief overview. The company was founded by Mr. Raphael Stahl in 76, and then has evolved successfully an expert explosion proof industry. And so see it started actually boom and electrical life. And so and as you look at technology today, so our newest most innovative product is actually the pressure box enclosure that is very light and very easy to install. It's pharmaceutical. Some financial figures. The company is actually doing 100 euro here and weighs roughly 1,700. And the key competence is a typical German stock listed company. It pays very high attention to and of course to technological development, continuous development. It's very focused on growth, sustainability in terms of ESG, environmental arrangement, as well as design. digitalization and standardization is highly involved in this industry. And then that's why we have a very strong footprint in the Middle East area, but also here. So the company basically focuses on efficiency, cost, and sales. This is important to let you know and to touch on setup. You can see our headquarters is here in Europe, but we do have a production plant here in the Netherlands, in Hengelo. Then around with different sales entities, offices here, respectively, France, Scandinavian countries, Spain, Italy. But also we have a production plant here in the US, United States, very near Houston, where actually the oil and gas industry is actually situated. And so in order to enhance the proximity to customers, we have a strong say. And when you look at Middle East and Asia, it is very important to have a production plant factory in India, in China, which mainly supports our sales activities here in Southeast Asia, also in China, and supported by different sales offices. See, we own, or we have a sales office located in China. We have a production plant in Chennai, India, which is actually a regional hub. And we have a sales office in Seoul, Korea. Dubai is actually the office where we here and operate the business in. Finally, we have an office here in Singapore. And yeah, so this is actually our. In terms of products, our products are divided in segments. One is actually electrical products. These are actually function boxes, receptacles, socket outlets, and but also distribute. Maybe some of you. And we are also involved in linear linears to 4 feet. We also produce light, and then light, etc. We'll come to. As many of you are aware that STAHL is a company involved in Hazardous area in explosion. But maybe you are not aware that we also have a very strong footprint and core and knowledge in automation, which means we do develop, design, and high-end remote I/O modules as well as panels. We also produce and design so human. As such, and there's a 4 segment. So basically, I is also capable of designing and supply UPS system for zone 1. So such highly customized items or systems is actually being created in segment, which is customer solutions. So in this team, our dedicated engineers, they highly focus on customized requirements. Then so support you and our customers in laying out the project-specific systems solution. All right, no doubt to mention, our STAHL is very well and familiar received in owns his so basically buys the latest, the most advanced explosion protection tech. The company has footprint, reduces complexity by trying to normalize and standardizing everything for the future, and all the products are highly sustainable with the aim to decarbonize and digitize. And as said, STAHL is very experienced explosion industry. We even have colleagues and top colleagues from the top management sitting in the IECX committee. So basically, STAHL has a direct in IECX regulation. All right. Any questions? So, okay. Then, all right. So if it's no more, then I'm diving into the product group. So now we start to talk. All right. So first of all, I think this is very simple, straightforward. So I think most of you have seen. So we start with very easy GRP terminal boxes. GRP stands for graphite reinforced polymer, which is plastic. So our STAHL owns a very long-term and highly advanced edge depth of injection. So basically, STAHL is actually all the GRP materials in Germany. So it starts with such junction box, but STAHL can also do GRP terminal boxes for SE application. And so apart from GRP material, STAHL is also involved. It's also highly experienced in producing and supplying aluminum and stainless steel. Okay, these are actually the easy ones. And then STAHL does have also the competence to produce a little bit messy and heavy EXD junction boxes. So basically, you can put all the industrial parts in such EXD box. It's could be quite heavy, particularly for. Nonetheless, EXD is a safe variant. And STAHL is also very competent at designing and delivering high current exposures, and as well as we have this non-EX record. So this is actually very, very easy, straightforward products, junction box, and then next category in terms of being the products is STAHL fabricates all stations, such as you see EXE, plastic or GRP realized, as well as also have metal station. So I think these are very key applications. In terms of components, we also supply all kinds of cable gland. We work very closely with cable gland supplier CNP and also integrate cable glands into. And apart from that, can also supply standalone XE, XD closures to customers, so that particularly for EXD stainless steel closures, customer can just just place all the items. Now, of course, we will standpoint to certify that everything is safely installed, assembled in accordance with particularly with IECX rules. All right, then let's touch probably on some unique features. This is actually what you see as a circuit breaker. Our STAHL as a company doesn't fabricate or doesn't produce, but STAHL as a company owns a very unique technology, encapsulate the industrial circuit breaker, the EXD. EXD is certified circuit breaker by encapsulating. STAHL normally actually purchases industrial circuit breakers from Siemens, from ABB, or from Schneider Electric, but encapsulate it in an EXD enclosure with GRP material in its factory in Germany. So which means that with this circuit breaker, you can simply encapsulate it. It's actually EXD circuit breaker E box. So there's no need to purchase from customer point of view, to purchase EXD box and then to install and gauge all the circuit breakers into one EXT box. So I think this with this circuit breaker encapsulated, give a substantial cost saving. Also, facilitate maintenance. So as said, circuit breakers is very unique. Everything is in-house made, so we can supply rating current up to 60, the voltage up to 400. All right. Next category is actually our unique plug-in socket. By right, we are very strong market with our plug-in sockets. As you can see here, this is a typical 8570 wall socket, plug receptacles and plugs. So everything is in GRP material. Again, so since STAHL owns a patented highly high-end mode injection competency and expertise in-house, all the GRP is actually fabricated itself. Okay, so now it becomes a little bit more interesting when we come to talk about distribution, because the complexity is actually increasing. So as compared to just terminal boxes, local stations, as well as circuit breakers, now design is larger and city is also increasing. And this is, for instance, something typically very, very interesting for us. What you see is actually a standalone, standing panel, SE, and with the two open doors and circuit breakers, as previously mentioned, you can just gauge our encapsulated circuit breakers, put it in, install it in such a e-box, and then just plug and play. There's no need to install a heavy, a messy C-box, where you, in case of maintenance, you have to screw off cover and then cut down maybe in order to carry out the maintenance. So this is actually a unique part of. So basically, with two front open doors, it's very easy. So previously mentioned circuit breakers, EXDE certified by ECX and ATEX. You can do this plug and play. Also during the operation. This should be. One unique feature is also a combined panel board. What you see here is actually GRP material and metal material. The motor starter in a metal roof. The metal roof could be aluminum, also stainless steel, subject to your final application. But given our expertise and depth of manufacturing, we are able to supply both GRP and metal, and also to combine it as a hybrid solution. And last but not least, one of our competencies is also to design and supply air conditioning, which is actually normally used as for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. This application is quite common on open offshore platform, and given the design, and it's very easy to install based on plug and play, and it's highly customized according to customer requirements. And the cooling capacity is actually that we can deliver is in the range of 6 kilowatts. Basically, this is an overview of product scope of supply for product portfolio. Any questions so far?
May I know about how long for MCB to supply to the customer. Even if I custom order, and how can I see the fastest? Like you have a stock sum in the stock, or even you have to new manufacturing.
Sorry, I didn't get the question from acoustic point of view. Can someone probably repeat the question, or is it I understand? This is actually quite easily done. So that all the MCCPs are standardized. So normally after PO should be roughly 4 weeks. It works by the work. Yes. So the MCCP and encapsulated only produced in-house. And the regular lead time is about 4 weeks after.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Then we move lighting. So now we are switching, or we are moving products or lighting part. Okay. So first of all, what you can see here is an overview of all the available existing lighting products. STAHL. You can see we start here with linear tubular light fittings. You can use this light fitting for maintenance job work and for your inspection on site. Then we have this emergency lighting fixture where you can easily see and notice the emergency battery. We have the pendant light fittings. We have compact lights. We have floodlights, which is normally for such as FPSO, hand lamps, but I think the focus should be linear loop here's emergency one. So flood. Okay, so on this occasion, I'd like to first of all use our XLux Pro lighting fixtures. This is actually purely produced in. Later on, I will separate XLux lighting fixtures, which is actually purely produced in our factory in India. So as you can anticipate, there's a terms of cost. So which means we have two products in our pipeline. By comparing the strategic model of Apple, today you can buy iPhone Pro, but you can also buy subject to your requirement. So later on, I'll also elaborate. All right, then we start with high-end XLux Pro version, and so as you can see, the human output is from 1,000 Newton up to 8,350, and this lighting fixtures. So basically, STAHL doesn't only design lighting fixtures. We also think and take one step ahead. Basically, we try to integrate our lighting fixtures with digitalized control. As you can see here, DALI is actually the central control system. This actually means with a central system, easily switch on and switch off. Also dim lighting lightness. So through a central device and system. So later I'll also give some words to system. And of course, all our lighting fixtures are actually designed minimum lifetime of 100 operations. So the XLux Pro actually uniquely follows the L90B70. So what does it mean, L90B? And 90-50 is a norm, is a standard that suggests or that explains. So after 100 operating hours, 50% of stored lighting fixtures of art still fulfills 90% of. Just imagine after 100,000 operating hours, this is actually equivalent roughly to 12 operating hours. Because if you take 8,000 hours, 8,000 operating hours a year in consideration, then times up 12, then up to 96,000. So this means the quantity is very sustainable, as in class. All right, so this is actually a section picture where you can see the housing of the lighting, all the housing, and even the foam, the ceiling, everything is made by. So nothing is actually outsourced. Even the plastic cable gland is actually made house. By installing a breather, you won't face or have on the potential water moisture inside the lighting. That's why our STAHL lighting fixtures has been very and what you can see here is a emergency lighting fixture, so emergency linear luminaire with the emergency battery, and the emergency battery emergency lighting fixture is actually designed for 90, 180 minutes, and of course this lighting fixture is also accessible the DALI central digitalized control system in terms of dimming, switching off. So this would easily facilitate and for compact lighting. Well, okay, this is quite a very easy product. Normally on a zone 1 or zone, such compact light installed in corridor. Set this actually is one part supply. Tubular light fittings, as said, is a very useful tool for inspection, and particularly for site staff to check out the environment machines. It's also very popular. It's actually highly designed for water protection, IP class 66, 67, even up to IP 68, and with different sizes of length, and the luminaire's efficacy is out. And of course, it's worth also mentioning that we have this tubular lighting. So because our standard color is white. However, customer want or best, we could also buy tubular lightings in green. And then lighting fixtures, metal housing set main focus. Said this is a decent product supply. Floodlight 6125 and 65 for zone 2. Very unique. It's very, very bright. Outstanding high lumen. And such light is not so, but also for application. And both ACX, RTX certified for zone. Okay. So this is actually the DALI that as said, this is centralized system that is able to also regulate all the lighting from washed out, with the aim to optimize your operation cost. And we do also have one so-called central battery-resistant product portfolio, which means is by installing a such central system, we need to emergency lighting fixtures into consideration, because all the lighting fixtures can be supplied in emergency case by this central. The short side, however, due to the panels, the weight could be critical, such marine, and because it takes some space, and also place able to and last but not least, with that said, based on our STAHL is able to provide all the products, but also the lighting design is very substantial from one hand, because based on our lighting design, we're able to design, calculate, supply the correct lighting fixtures according to customer. This is actually where our expertise is from. So basically, once there's a request for carry out a lighting study. Basically, we'll calculate all the lighting fixtures in accordance with lumen output, the field, and such according. Any questions on our lighting fixtures so far?
Mr. Wu, may I ask both of the lighting and enclosure, do you have to allow the local partner to modify or install the components in Thailand? Or you do have the certified workshop in Thailand or not? Can you hear me? I just want to know that do you have the authorized workshop in Thailand or not? Local certified workshop to modify for like
Okay.
Yep.
I got your question. All right. So basically, it is not intended to do it. Once you open the right, and the ceiling and is no more authentic. So our suggestion is always if there's an issue or if it's change the lighting fixtures by replacing a one. And by right, REGEN is our strong partner in Thailand. REGEN also stock inventory in Thailand, and our proposal is always that we need to respect the and in case of defect, rather to exchange to replace the whole lighting fixture rather than opening the cover and then do some stuff. This that also moments after.
Okay, thank you. And how about the enclosure? Enclosure as well.
Yeah, so as previously, all enclosures cover together. So we consider this as, and of course, I mean, if customers repair or to try to shrink the LED inside, they can open it, but as said, after you open the cover, or once you did your repair by yourself, performance is still first place, you always the complete lighting pictures. Because everything is from everything is approved and inspected.
Okay, or some supervised by the REGEN service guy, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah, I said this is not our recommendation. If there's an issue, you please feel free to reach out to region. Yes. So all the lighting pictures in terms of enclosures, ceiling, also breather for ultra by so normally we also send detected back to Germany or to India for
May I ask one question relevant to the gasket? If we use the gasket installed, for example, used for 5 years, and it defect and made the water ingress into the enclosure, is it possible for the user or maintenance guy to replace the fused gaskets of the enclosure or for the lighting fixture? Is it acceptable or not?
Yeah, I think this is a very good question. So first of all, I think we need to split. So as just previously mentioned, all the lighting fixtures we as OEM part from German factory or Indian factory. Normally, water ingress should, but we can't certain or ensure that our customers, they don't open it. Once they open it, there's likelihood there's risk that water and humidity goes into. So again, our recommendation is always don't do the maintenance or do not open the lighting fixture, the cover, or by yourself.
Okay.
Always let it shut. Just the ceiling foam is very good for water. And by right, all the lighting fixtures we did for those due to the temperature variation during the day and night, there's no water ingress in our we can't guarantee once when customer decide to open the lighting fixtures, and then if the ceiling or something not done properly, of course, water might infer and as such, distribute the misunderstanding and distribute this. Because customer say this is a quality issue, but I start actually saying that do not open the device.
The point is IEC 60079 part 17 is recommend a periodic inspection. The periodic inspection recommended by the standard is 3 years. So in 3 years, every lighting fixtures or enclosure is required to check inside during the shutdowns of the plant. What will you recommend the user to do? Because of the standard recommend the periodic inspection, that means that the enclosure or equipment is required to be open during the turnaround or shutdown period. What will you recommend the user? Please.
Again, I get the question.
I refer to the standard. If you refer to IEC standard 60079 part 17, part 17 is a standard required for inspection and maintenance of equipment. The standard recommend the periodic inspection. Yep.
As I shared with you, basically, lifetime is less for at least for 100 operating. 100 operating hours means normally actually around, if you calculate 8,000 operating hours a year, then this would come up to normally 12 operating years. So I think according to our recommendation, you can always do an inspection after 3 years just to check if the movement is still built or still not. Of course, you can individually. But instead, our lighting fixture has produced at a targeted operating hours of 100,000.
It means that if there is a defect, like the water ingress into the enclosure, you recommend the user to remove the
So
yeah.
Yeah, so if you detect any water ingress, then of course you need to report to either to REGEN or to us. And then so we need to look. As I said, since all the lighting fixtures on site, we can't guarantee that because we don't know if customer open by operating staff. So once the lighting fixtures ceiling cannot be guaranteed, and of course there's a risk for water.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I may continue, right?
emergency light system สำหรับโซน2
Yeah. Again, can you repeat the question? So we are talking about the central battery system. Go ahead. Yeah. So the question, okay. So I think clarify this. So in case you decide for a system, right? You actually there's no need to have any emergency lighting because the central battery system supplies regular lighting fixtures. So these are actually items. I mean, if you have the emergency lighting fixtures, you have a lighting fixture battery, right? But in case you decide to install central battery system, then in such you no more need for your standard linear luminaire because in emergency case, the central battery system is gonna jump up and supply all the lighting fixtures. Then we proceed with products. And just to give you an overview, as previously mentioned, we have this IO products. We are very successful supplying a bunch of remote panels for the current 174 big meter LNG carriers being built in Korea, China. So we work very closely with Stack as well as with Asia. Apart from that, we have a wide range of solutions. As you can see, we can supply ICX certified Zone 2 touch panel, human machine integrated. We do have Zone 1, Zone certified camera systems, but also automated. And yeah, so let's have a deep dive into Orca. So as you can see, screen and housing, everything is modular. So as said, this is very easy to install, plug and play. It's very compact, so save space and can be connected network. the next generation is the Ethernet API switch. So this should be next products. Yeah, so basically HMI is mainly tied to chemical and pharmaceutical. So we work very closely with GSK, Pfizer here in Southeast Asia. And so HMI is actually very integrated for on-site, but also for just to control machine process system as a whole. All right, then we can move forward with our customer solution. I think it is very important to use our Zone 1 system. The design is highly compact. So basically, UPS system for Zone 1 is actually commonly applied currently today in Middle East. So maybe you've heard about UPS system, but normally the UPS system is designed for Zone 2. Customer would place the UPS system so-called E. However, there are only 3 vendors or 3 suppliers can do Zone 1 UPS system, and our STAHL is one of them. So basically, place this UPS system is highly compact and simply put it outdoor on the platform. And as you can see, it's a combination between EXD E boxes with a small HMI here, a touch screen rated in the middle. So basically, it's a plug and play solution, and you don't need any save a lot of cable work because all the boxes, all the enclosures are connected with cable conduit inside. And the unique feature of this UPS system is it can handle high temperature up to 55 degrees Celsius without which means yes, as previously mentioned, of lighting on an offshore platform, customer normally face a very high fluctuation temperature change. So during the day, you temperature in the Middle East up to 55 or 60 degrees. You can have temperature below 10 degrees Celsius. So and our UPS system is actually can handle all the temperature, and it's designed by using very unique technology inside the. This is actually also where strength is from. One product also by using this cooling plate technology, our system is also highly compact, and for this VFD stands for variable frequency drive. Normally, this VFD actually applied to pump. So it is very powerful, up to 7.5 kilo, and can sustain a temperature of 5 degrees. So our STAHL is able to produce enclosures with this very specific cooling technology that can withstand high temperatures up to Celsius. And last but not least, as Roundup, now is actually also produced from customer solution perspective, also a very wide range of services and covers all the trains explosion proof. So we can do CPOC 12 because all the offshore staff, crew members, they need to have passed CPOC, able to. Yeah, that is end of my presentation. Any questions so far? Yeah. What do you mean by timeline? No. We have a lot of success stories already in Middle East. So if your customer is interested in UPS system, we can take up immediately. We can take a quotation. We can make a drawing. Everything is available, and we have a very long reference list. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would also love to. However, as said, due to it this week, this time is not possible. But definitely, I'm looking forward to visiting in the future, and also talking to customers presently. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
ผมขอบพระคุณมากเลยครับที่จอยในเซสชันนี้หลังจากนี้เดี๋ยวเราจะมีช่วงเวลาเบรกสั้นๆนิดนึงนะครับแก้ง่วงกันหน่อยเรามา